It is 3 p.m. Friday afternoon, September 6, 2024. We're at the Enterprise Rental Car Office, Pueblo, Colorado. And the rep's going to show how he checks for damage with that big disc thing.
It's a crazy place. Colorado has very up and down weather, right? Absolutely. So I'll show you. I'm going to make sure I do the okay? Exactly. And if there is one, yeah, for sure. So absolutely.
Okay, I'm taking the. Want to explain what you're doing? I'm taking the video now.
What this will do is it displays these white and black lines through the reflection onto the paint. If there's a dent or any sort of ding, it's gonna take the shape in the reflection. So it'll turn into a little circle, make it kind of wavy looking. Now,
what's your name?
My name's Justin.
Justin.
Now, with that being said, I'm gonna run this over the main hail points of the vehicle. Of course,
yeah,
being the
you
hood.
said the main thing is hail damage.
Yeah, Colorado, real bad for hail damage.
Hail
Luckily,
damage.
Pueblo, not too bad. I personally live in the Springs.
Well, we're going to Alamosa.
Okay, so you'll be a little bit. It's not as bad as the more north you go, generally the worse it gets, okay? So closer towards Colorado Springs, Denver, those areas at least this year have been getting hit pretty hard with hail, okay? Now, with that being said, we're gonna check, make sure there's no damage on it, okay?
So
I'm gonna
if
run
that
this.
happens, I'm blamed for that?
Yes.
Wow.
So the way we'll treat it is this will be your personal vehicle, okay? Do you want to use your insurance for protection on the rental vehicle?
Well, you want to know that I have insurance.
For sure. Now, it's not mandatory to have insurance to rent a car through us.
Really?
Yeah, we have a lot of people that don't have insurance in Pueblo specifically.
Goodness, you
Now,
gotta be kidding.
that will of course mean a little bit differently if you do have insurance, right? So, if you want to use your insurance for protection on the rental, it is full coverage. We generally see that protect the rental in terms of damages, okay?
Well, what do you recommend?
I will.
Otherwise, you cover it?
Correct. So I will always recommend my product, not just because I work here, but I genuinely believe that it helps, okay? So
You
mine.
mean just go with yours? Don't use
But-
mine? Is that what you're saying?
But it's up to you. Ours is not mandatory by any means, okay? Now ours will protect this vehicle bumper to bumper up to a total loss, and I won't touch your insurance deductible if something happens, right?
If you feel that's the best way to go.
But,
You're the one who knows, I know.
for sure, but I want to give you the option, right? Just so you can make that decision. Ours would be $30 per day, okay? So
But I have to pay for insurance?
Right, through me. Now, if you want to use your own, you're more than welcome to. But if something happens to the rental, hail, dents and dings outside of my damage parameters, or cracking the windshield, that's generally the other real common one in Colorado, just because there's a lot of construction going on.
Oh my goodness.
If the windshield cracks, or if there's damage outside or hail, right? If anything like that happens, I would have to pull your deductible, so that $500 deductible. You would file a claim for your insurance, I would file a claim, and then we'll basically, I know, it's a long headache. So, that's another reason why we offer, just because a lot of people don't want to have to deal with insurance agents, right? With that being said, not mandatory by any means to go through mine. If you think it's a better idea, it might be a little bit easier, just peace of mind wise for you. And I can guarantee that mine will cover this thing bumper to bumper up to a total loss. Now, of course, regardless, my walk around is just going to be as thorough if you get my protection or if you don't, right? I want to preface this by saying ours is not insurance by any means. I don't sell you insurance, I would just sell you a protection. So it just waives my right for you and your insurance for any damage to the rental, okay? But I'm going to make sure.
You said we have to pay $30 a day?
If you went through mine, correct.
That's a lot.
I know it's a lot, but it does cover it up to a total loss. So
This makes me feel that I shouldn't even use this car.
I feel that for sure. Now, of course, I don't expect anything to happen while you're in the rental vehicle,
Well,
right? But I'd
You're
rather.
telling me what happens at this time of the year.
Luckily, we're edging out the hail season. but I'd rather tell you everything, make sure you know of everything that could potentially happen, so you're not surprised if anything does, right?
You're doing the inspection right now?
Absolutely. I would feel bad. Yeah, for sure. And I'll be able to get pictures of that for you, okay? In terms of dents and dings, I don't see anything on the hood. Everything looks great. Yeah, a couple like buffed out scratches, this kind of stuff.
Justin, you can't explain how that works, can you?
What's that? This guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh,
if you
good.
want to show. So what it does, through the sun, it'll reflect these black and white lines into the paint. Say there's a dent or a ding, right? What it'll do, it'll take the shape in those reflection lines. So what it'll do, if there's a circular dent, it'll have a circular dent in the reflection. So when you rub it, it kind of creates a wave looking kind of deal. I hope to find one just so I can show you for an example, right? But generally we keep a pretty clean car around here, making sure that we keep our vehicles pretty well maintained. But what I'm gonna do, move on to the hood, or the roof, excuse me, make sure that there's nothing up there as well. Just because when we see hail, most commonly it hits the hood, it'll hit the roof, and then the trunk deck as well,
I see
okay?
some little scratches in
For
there.
sure. So, what we consider damage, so most commonly we get the common question of, so how do you guys differentiate hail between just like a rock flying up and hitting it, right? How would you ever tell? The way we go about it is number of rock or dents or dings per panel, okay? So if there's 4 dents or dings on my hood, that's generally where we start to see hail damage occur. I don't expect 4 rocks, right, to fly up and dent this while you guys are driving. It just doesn't commonly happen. I hear you. I'd rather be completely thorough, right, than not. Now, with that being said, if a rock does fly up and hit this thing, don't worry. As long as it fits within a 2-inch circle, it'll be classified as regular wear and tear, okay? So you won't have to worry about it. Same with these kind of scratches and scrapes. If there's a deep paint scratch going through a metal surface, anything, door, hood, roof, something like that, then you can rub your finger over and you feel the indent through the paint. Up to 2 inches will be classified as regular wear and tear. Yes, ma'am, absolutely. Now, for these buffable kind of scratches, the stuff you can rub your finger over and you don't necessarily feel the scratch or scrape, up to 6 inches will be classified as regular wear and tear, okay?
Okay, 6 inches long.
So of course, regularly these guys are going to be considered damage. Now, of course,
You've got
I will take pictures of all that, okay? What I'm going to do, just to continue my hail inspection, is just make sure that this roof up here has no dents or dings on it, okay?
Wow.
If you want to watch me do it, if you want to videotape me do it, feel free to do so.
He's doing it.
So I'll
That's
show
his-
you right here.
That's his thing.
It's very small. I'll have you come around here if you want to see it. Very, very, very small. There is one guy right there. You can barely see it. It's just a small little dent that changes the way it reflects to me. Of course, I'm going to take a picture of that with this above it so I can have that documented, just because naked eye, you'll never be able to see it, right? Other than that, one guy up there, everything looks great here as well. We're going to check the trunk, ensuring
You don't have it open.
And it's now 3:10 p.m. Friday afternoon, September 6, 2024. Enterprise Car Rental, Pueblo, Colorado. Just saw Justin doing the inspection. Over and out.